My name is Lewis Lee, and this is Plan in Traffic. We do this every Thursday night live for the car enthusiasts. And this is my man Ray from Motor Mouth Radio. What's up, Ray?
Lewis, good to be here again as always.
Yes, sir. Comes quick.
Yes, sir. We talk about that every week. I'm sure people are sick of hearing us say it, but
Yeah.
I'm never amazed at how fast it happens. It's like, damn. Wow.
You know, every week I say, okay, I'm gonna call certain people, see if I can get them on the show, and I'm gonna set up a whole thing. And before I know it, it's Wednesday.
You know, I got the same problem with the radio show. If I found out years ago that if I would give people a lot of time, to kind of commit, get their calendar square, and then I would, always follow up. And a lot of times people either forgot or they were like, oh God, I didn't write it down. No, I got something else. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I just started going closer to the day, and not giving them as like, if you can do it, you got a couple days. If you can do it in the next few days, fine. If not, we'll reschedule. And it seems to work. It works a lot better. But I got to remember,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of moving pieces to doing any kind of, I'm doing a terrestrial radio show. This is a, live stream they both become podcasts.
Right.
But it ain't easy. It really isn't.
We had Stacey David on a couple weeks ago, and that turned out to be pretty good on the spur of the moment. You know what I mean?
Well, again, you went with his schedule. You went with when he was available, not when the show was on. So that was smart. You kind of tailored it to his, to his day. And,
worked out pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have that ability because when I go, I'm kind of committed to the space, the time, the hour. And people have said to me, hey, can't we just do it before and pre-record it? And I said, yeah, technically we can. I could pre-record it and then play it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just becomes a podcast that I'm playing on live radio. So I don't prefer to do that, but it's, it all depends on what platform you're on and what you're doing.
Yeah, because the majority of yours is call-ins. So, that'd be hard if you record it.
Right.
Or you could play the first half and then take calls.
I could do it that way. You see, a lot of times, truthfully, the guests that I get on the show are like the guests we get here. In fact, some of them are the guests that we have here, and they're A-list people. I mean, they can sustain. I mean, a lot of these people ask me, okay, what's the format? What questions are you going to ask me? How long do I have? They're used to that formatted radio format. I tell them, listen, we don't hold you to a time limit. I'm not going to say you got 7 minutes. And then we're not going to work off a sheet of questions. We're just going to free form it because that's how we roll. And I tell people, I like to take the first 15 minutes of the show so that my co-host and I can kind of recap on what happened maybe between the last show and the current one, or throw out something new.
Right.
And then get the guest in at a quarter after, and we'll give them that 45 minutes. And I've told it to people, you got the rest of the show. And they're like, wow, really? And I said, yeah, really. And I'll tell you what, if it goes as well as I think it's going to go, the hour's going to come real quick that we're done. And you're going to say, oh my God, I got so much more to talk about. And I'm going to say, okay, well, let's rebook you for another, we'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it works all the time. Same with here. That's why people have to come back and,
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what, a lot of our previous guests that have companies have in the last couple years have blown up.
Oh.
So now I'm going to get those companies back on because they're like monsters now.
Who? Anybody in particular you can mention?
Like Dave from Hot Rod Innovations.
Oh, Dave Hayes. I've had him on the show a couple. Yes, those guys are doing great. Well, since they coupled with Summit, that was the thing. That was put him over the edge.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get him back on and catch us up.
I was so happy to see that happen because he was I didn't know that at the time, but he told me that we're just a small local thing. I got a day job. My partner's a day job. We do this after the fact. And then when they got picked up by Summit, that was the rocket that took him up. And
when he came to have his meeting with Summit, we met and ate lunch together or dinner. I think went to dinner.
Oh, they met by you in Ohio?
Yeah. Here is where the main office.
Oh, that is that is corporate. Okay.
Yeah, so he came here to meet with them, and then we met up for dinner. Great guy.
We should be doing that next month, in fact, because that's when I plan on being out your way. And but my friend Chris, who I'm coming with, he actually requested a Tyler barbecue.
Okay.
A Tyler smoking barbecue. And I'm like, listen, dude, I'm gonna have to let me ask the guy. Let me see if it's possible because there's a lot of work involved there, you know.
Oh, he loves to cook. He's the man.
Yeah. So that's good. Yeah, Hot Rod Innovations. Those guys are kicking it. I've shared their stuff with people at cruise nights, and you know, I show them on the car. Say, look, here's the spring. I explain it to them, and I say, here, look at mine. Come take a look at it. And like, wow, that really is a cool idea.
Yeah, I got it on the caddy too.
Yeah.
I have to change a couple little things, like the main rod that comes up to that piece.
Okay.
From the throttle, you know, from the, I don't know what you call it.
Well, you have your cable coming in from the car through the firewall.
Yeah.
And then in the spring, there's some bracketry. The thing with that is those little tiny Allen screws and nuts and washers. It's like if you drop one, forget it, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're done.
I got to change that cable to fit the back part of that bracket.
You have to get a low car cable.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what you need is a low car cable.
Yep.
Yeah. Then you got to cut the low car cable to fit because it's kind of a universal. They sell them in different lengths, like common lengths that will fit most applications, but usually they have to be cut down.
Yeah, mine's kind of small, like it'd be a short one.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see when I first used that, I had the dual quads on my car, so I couldn't even use a factory cable because if you think of where the cable comes in with 2 4-barrels, it's in the middle of the intake. It's kind of not where 1 4-barrel sits. I had to be in a different spot. So, you know, I had to get that low car cable. But I tell you, I got their gas pedal with it, and it's slick, very slick. Yeah, they make some good, not cheap. So if you can get them to help you out on that, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
You know, very, very nice stuff though. Very good products. What about the guys from Cali's? Have they done? I'm sure they're kicking it hard, right?
Oh yeah. I talked to him at PRI, so we're gonna get him back on.
Okay.
Real busy. They're pounding, man.
I tell you, a couple of years ago, he sent us those the Yeti mugs, the big one. That's my iced coffee mug in the summer. It's every day I got that thing in my hand. You know. That's
so we'll get him back on. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't match up times. You know, like I said, they're really busy.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. All right, let's get the fellas in and see what they're talking about this week.
All right.
All right, you guys got your makeup on?
Camera ready?
Hey guys, what's up?
Brian's doing a chin lift. Hey Tyler.
Where'd Papa Squirrel go? He was in there a second ago.
Really?
Papa Squirrel, where you at?
What's up, Ray?
Hey Tyler, did you hear my request?
No, I just popped in right before now.
Lewis just mentioned meeting with one of the clients at Summit and then going out to dinner. And I said, next month is when I plan on coming out that way. We're going to be going out to Indiana. And my friend Chris, who I'm going with, he heard me talk about it so much. We were talking about getting together for dinner. He goes, no, man, I want to go to that dude's shop that smokes all the food. He goes, I want to go there. So he's putting it. I said, well, let me see the dinner menu.
Hey, you just tell me when, and I'll work up a menu.
I will keep you guys informed. Don't worry. Absolutely.
We're gonna get him a sign, Tyler's Smoke Shop.
Yeah.
Can you give about a 4 to 5 day notice so that if I want to attend, I can drive up?
Yeah, right.
We believe you too, Paul.
Man, I tell you, you're talking about food. My wife made a chicken pot pie tonight from scratch. But we cheat a little bit. We buy a pre-roasted chicken from the supermarket because those things are so buttery tender.
Yeah.
So I get it home. I come in the house, and of course my cat appears out of nowhere, and she's looking at me. So you grab the leg, it just pulls right out. So I'm holding the chicken. She's like standing up on her back leg. She never does that. She's like devouring his chicken. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Made a good chicken pot pie too. Very good. Here on the Food Network.
Sweet, sweet. Paul, what are you working on?
Model A.
Raise Food Network.
Yeah. Hey, big lights.
That's a nice size garage, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's too
It is.
small.
Well,
I
every man says that. You can have Tyler's garage. He says his is too small.
Yeah.
I only have a little bit of open space.
You know, now Tony DeFeo just
Listen,
did
garages
something
are just like fish tanks. It doesn't matter how big it is, you'll grow to fill the space.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony DeFeo just the shop he has in Tennessee. He just left his big, huge shop and went down to a smaller shop because he said, you know what I did? I started filling the shop with junk and I didn't need it. And I wasn't using all the space. It was just collecting crap. So I pared it down to try and be more efficient. And he's going to fill that with junk too. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that always works.
Man, that don't sound like it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's always how it goes.
Yeah. Well, Tyler,
When
you
I
have
first
borders.
moved into
I mean,
this shop, I said I'm not bringing any of my old junk or any of my old projects from home, and I didn't really do that. Everything I brought from the house, I kind of parked out back, and it's just been sitting ever since. And for the most part, in the last 4 years, I have filled this place up with other stuff.
Yeah, he collected new junk. Yeah.
New junk.
That's why, I did it at work because I had a big area that was like a prep room for equipment. And I left stuff on the shelves that should have been thrown out. And somebody asked me once, like, how old is it? I'm like, that's really old. Why is it there? I said, it's a placeholder. I said, because if I take that off and throw it out, somebody else is going to put something in its place. I said, so at least I know that if I need space, I can get rid of that, And the same thing at home. If I clean a piece of a shelf for something I want to do, my wife is throwing shit in there. I'm like, come on. You got to be fast.
Nice, Paul. So you said nice. So you got in touch.
Yeah, I did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did. Let's see what happens basically 1 week from today. Hey, 1 week from today, I'll be in the convention center setting up. So it's possible he'll be there with me.
Nice.
We'll see. I don't know how that was. I'll have that talk with you in private. The open airway is just not a place for this topic right now.
Sounds good.
It was all good. It was all good.
Good. So you putting that on the front of the...
I'm not one for polishing aluminum much, but the front of the car was really bad with bugs from, all the driving this last summer. And I went to clean the bugs off the tank and the brackets were broken. So I had to weld the bracket. And then I had to grind some paint. So that means I had to paint some. So now there's this nice, tiny, clean front spreader bar. And I do some black down on the bottom side of the radiator where you can't get to it once the tank's in place. But I had to clean it up some. I'm not one for this, but it's a part. I had to do it.
Yeah, while you're there.
Is that the car that tried to punch your ticket, Paul?
It's one of them.
the latest ticket puncher.
Yeah. Back in was that September? It must have been September.
Something like that. Yeah, in the fall. End of summer.
Late summer, early fall. It was right before Labor Day weekend because it was right before we were going to do the Rat Rod tour, and then over to Jimmy Smooth's, and then back home. I think it was like 2,600 miles round trip, 2,800 miles round trip. So right before that, I came home from work, got the car out, went for a test drive, and somebody on the pit crew forgot to tighten up the rear wheel. He's been fired. But yeah, at about 40 miles an hour, the wheel came off. I landed in the ditch.
Yeah. Well, at least it
That's
caught
always
you.
unfortunate.
It caught you.
Yeah,
It
I was
beats
getting
going over
ready
the cliff, though.
trip, and I had it was like 2 days before we left, and I lost one of the drums on the rear end, and couldn't find the drum. Spent half a day looking for the drum. Spent another half a day on the phone. By now we're on the weekend trying to find a drum, and it's Labor Day weekend, and I called Summit down in Arlington, Texas. The gentleman on the other end of the phone actually went and put his hands on it in the warehouse.
Nice.
Came back, yes, sir, I have 2 of them. I said, I'll be there in 90 to 120 minutes. Ran down the Summit. Not only did he have the drums right then and there in stock, I then purchased wheel cylinders, hardware kits, shoes, and anything and everything else that was related to the rear braking system I could get from him that day. Got the car together when we went on the run.
Nice.
So, but the car was basically after that run for the Rat Rod Tour. And for those that don't know it, the Rat Rod magazine is now out with the feature of the tour. So find you all a copy and get yourself a copy. And I think I'm in it somewhere. I'll sign your copy for you.
Nice. So
the car was just put away after that. I haven't done nothing with it in several months. And I'm going to drive next week up to Tulsa. So it has to be roadworthy to go up to Tulsa.
Right. I would love to have something like that for an everyday driver. Just
Well,
run.
Lewis, I don't think you'd fit in it too well.
Yeah, just move the seat back.
Maybe with extenders, yeah.
Yeah, nothing but a couple of bolts and some super glue.
Or drive in the back seat.
Yeah.
And then your arms get tired reaching so far forward, though, because.
Well, his is pretty roomy, I think. Not side by side, but front to the back.
Okay.
My car is not chopped, so you've still got plenty of headroom on this car. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you'd have a problem fitting in one because you're tall, but you're not real big.
Right.
So
kind of sexy, I think.
You and your wife wouldn't have too much of an issue side by side in it. Now, after 6 or 8 hours, no, you two are going to be wanting to get out of the car and go your separate ways. But
yeah,
now you got to borrow that car for a road trip, Lewis.
I'll drive it. I'm not scared. I took a Chevette, man, 500 miles one time.
Wow.
A 2-door Chevette.
Wow.
I tried to kill it on the way back. We're doing 75 miles an hour, man. That thing, it didn't want to turn off.
Wow.
Them little Chevettes would run and run and run and run.
Yeah.
It's all right. If Herman Monster can fit in one, you'll be all right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look where his knees were. His knees were up by the steering wheel, so.
Yeah,
I'd like to thank everybody in the chat room and say hello. We got people that started coming in a couple weeks ago. Welcome.
New folks. Nice.
Well, I don't consider them new anymore because they've been here, a couple weeks straight.
Okay.
So
I guess
part of the family now.
I guess I look at it like until we talk to them, then you really don't have a feel for who they are.
Right.
So it's nice, when you get to talk to people.
We'll have to get them in on screen one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got your envelope, Ray. I just got it. It came today.
Was that spot on you or what? Was that the right stuff to send you or what?
Yeah. I just, like I said, I haven't got a chance to I just opened it and so forth.
Turn that page around. You're looking at the back side of it. The one in your right hand. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a history of I guess Fuchs. That's how you say it? Fuchs wheels?
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, 911 wheels. Brian's gonna love that.
Yeah, I got it's funny because back in the day when they had the twin turbo and it had the the 5-spoke, but they were a twist wheel.
Uh-huh.
They actually went through more wheels. They had to destroy more wheels than actually they could produce on the hollowed ones.
Really?
The ones on the twin turbo S, because what they would do is they would have the wheel and they would heat it up to a certain temperature and basically spin it, and that's what put the twist in the wheel.
Oh, wow.
And then after, when it cooled down, they would measure it out, and it had to fit a certain, it had to be in spec.
Uh-huh.
And of course, if it wasn't in spec, back into the pile to get melted down again and whatever. And
Right.
I have I have a set of rears for a twin turbo S. There's something like I think they're 18 by 10s, 10 inches wide.
Hmm.
And back in the day, I mean, those were like $3,000 a wheel. I can only imagine trying to find, because what would happen is these actually need to be fixed, because they'd pound the streets out here, and with the potholes and the roads, they started getting egg shaped.
Oh, yeah.
And then, it sounded like a bunch of horses going down the road.
Right. Right.
And you tell the guy, like either you send them off to get fixed or you buy new wheels. And some guys would buy new wheels. And man, talk about pretty hefty price tag. And this was, 20 years ago.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
So Brian,
but
they started
I have
sounding. They started sounding like an Amish drive-by.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it was crazy. Actually, on my 84, my Mustang, my convertible, I had taken the 89 GT wheels, and it had a center cap on them, and they looked like the Hurricanes, like the wheels that were like on the Dukes of Hazzard, the Hurricane wheels. That's how the pattern was on that year for the 89
Turbines.
And the turbine,
Are those called turbines? Yeah.
That's the factory wheel. But the center cap, and like I said, when you went slow enough, that center cap, the plastic would hit on the aluminum wheel, and it sounded like a bunch of Clydesdales going down the road. It go clunk 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 clunk, It's only fitting.
Like the appliance the appliance wire baskets that were out in like the late 70s, they did the same thing. They would loosen and they would just shift a little at low speeds.
Yeah.
And you'd always hear them. Yeah.
So it was funny. I know that I think it's Toyota. I think it was on the Corollas on the. This was a couple years ago, I guess, before they all got to aluminum wheels. But cost-wise, if it had hubcaps, that was one of the complaints, and they'd come in and they had to be wire tied.
You're right. I saw that. Yeah.
They, you bring it in, and of course, it's one thing to kind of hide that, but when you have, a silver hubcap and you go in there with a black wire tie and you string it up and give it back to the customer, and the guy walks out and says, "What the F is that?"
I figure it this way. Now as the tool guy, you come in, you can say, "Look, I got the the dedicated wheel sockets and a set of cutters to go with it."
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? I've seen a guy had his wire tied and all of them broke but one, and that hubcap came off and it beat the side of his car. That one wire held on. The one wire tie.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah. But I always was dumbfounded. I was like, dude, if I brought my car in and I complained about a noise, I mean, like I said, and you come out and you fixed it when putting wire ties on it and probably charged me for it, I would like really just,
that's the time you want to take the service manager outside and have a little talk with him.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I think that's,
sir, that's the service procedure. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. He shows you the written procedure, right? Like,
yeah, well, that is true. I mean,
that's what the mothership said, sir.
It's right in the service manual.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be crazy. That'd be funny.
So, yeah, I rebuilt. I can't wait for this weekend because, like Ray says, it's been awesome. It was an awesome day today, man. It was so hard to stay working. I wanted to leave.
That's why I didn't.
I know
Target.
it was great, but I did my CIS K-tronics. I rebuilt my metering block, took it all apart, cleaned it up. The
Nice.
here's the I don't know. This is another one I had because once I took it apart, I forgot to make a measurement. I got a little overly excited and took it all apart, and then realized I didn't measure the metering rod.
Uh-huh.
So I luckily had another one so that I could measure to put this one back together. But the one on my car, the metering rod was stuck halfway in the middle. This is supposed to move up and down.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that allows the fuel to go through. And it was stuck because I couldn't get the car would kind of idle, but it wanted to run at like 2,800 RPMs because that's where my rod was stuck. And that's where the fuel was moving through. But if I try to go full throttle, it died because it wasn't getting enough gas. And then idle, it kind of putts around and farted. It just didn't really want to do right. So I was a little worried because there is a bunch of little springs and dampeners and stuff that's like unattainable. You can't find anymore.
And it's been 100 years since you've had one of those apart, I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, right when I took all the shit apart, I was like, I forgot to measure I was like, damn it. So, luckily, in my well-organized warehouse, where everything I could find in 30 seconds took me a day and a half to find, I remember I had another metering block.
So they don't give you that dimension in the service manual?
Well, Ray, I almost called you because
Yeah,
I was like, man, the manual should be right over here. And I was like tearing up through shit. And I was like, damn, what did I do with that manual? And I know I took it out. I might have left it out in the car. It might be in the car.
Right.
I might have taken it outside to the car. And so hopefully this weekend I'll get this back on. My injectors have been soaking. But I'll get this thing back together. And then after that, I guess I'll have to find a place so that I can pull the trans out and do the clutch. If I get the thing to idle and run, run. I mean, I've had it running and I've kind of driven it around, but like I said, I had to stick a screwdriver in the flap here.
Yeah.
In the flap. I had to keep the flap up.
All right, come on down.
And well, that's a hell of a tow bill, and I don't know if I can drive it that far to use down there.
Call AAA.
Call AAA.
Too bad your wife isn't planning any trips soon. You get the dining room table,
Well,
She's not listening. Don't worry.
yeah, this does replay on Facebook. I've been pointed out a few times.
Ooh.
We have
That's
to wait.
why-
Listen, better the dining room table than the dishwasher.
Well, and
Hey,
right, and that's
what's
that's why we started killing the stream earlier. Like as soon as Lewis will leave, we'll say, okay, you know what, guys, that's it for that. Now we'll stay. Now we're talking. Now we'll talk. We're not talking code anymore. Because we're not live. So.
Hey, I want to tell you something. That dishwasher, if I can ever find one, or if the wife needs a new one, and I want to take that dishwasher and put it in the garage,
Yeah.
because one time, well, we are still alive, but it's okay. I'll tell the story anyway. It was I think I'm past the point of being convicted.
Statute
had
of
a-
limitations expired.
Yeah, I
Right.
had a set of wheels. And so the wife was like, I want to go do this and that and this and that. And I was like, okay, no problem. Of course, she rolls on out. I bring the wheels in, put one wheel in the dishwasher, run it, does the cycle, get done. The next wheel goes in. So I'm like on the last wheel, that's been going through the dishwasher. And here she comes, pulls in the driveway. And I'm like, holy God, running around. And of course she comes in the kitchen and she goes, "Oh, you're running the dishwasher?" And I said, "Oh yeah, there was dishes. Just go ahead and run it." And like, she's waiting around and I'm like, go on, of course, she finally leaves. It's like, I look around the corner. She goes up the stairs. I open the door, pull the thing out. It's hot and steaming, out the back door on the deck, close it, I'm like, gosh, that was,
and then she opens up this window and looks down and says, "Hey, Brian, what are you doing?"
I can't do it now because we have Ring cameras all over the place now. I can't.
I did the same thing. I had my Pontiac Parisienne wagon. It had the fake wire hubcaps.
Wheels?
But those wheels, no, the hubcaps, but they were really heavy and really, impressive for the size of them. I lost one on a parkway once and it hit some guy's car. But regardless, I couldn't clean them enough because the last guy never cleaned them. So I threw them in the dishwasher. Yeah, and that left a ring in that dishwasher of brake dust and gunk. Oh my God.
Yeah. I had one time, I usually like my shop rags. Well, after this, I don't do it anymore. I usually just take the shop rags to one of my shops and exchange them for clean ones,
Yeah.
But I had some shop rags here. And I'm usually pretty good if they're really, really, if I use them to clean out a CV joint or whatever, I usually just throw them away. They're done. I don't mess around. But I guess I had one that had some wheel bearing grease.
Oh,
and I throw it in the dishwasher. I threw it in the wash machine and through and got done. Didn't even think about it. I didn't even look at it, and throw them in the dryer, got them all, folded them all up, brought them downstairs. And the wife went and did the laundry. And I don't know. I guess she got done with her load and she said, "Could you switch it over for me?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Go in there and pulled up and all the stuff was just caked with all the grease and dirt and everything. I was like,
I think we have to run this again, huh?
Yeah, we got to run this thing again, man. Rain that thing again. I mean,
this
God.
machine ain't working right.
Man. She goes, "Is that thing still running?" Yeah, it's got about 15 minutes. It's still running.
Yeah.
Cook my goose, man.
Bright ideas, right?
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, note to self. Don't do that again."
We think we have bright ideas.
Yeah, I know. It sounded good in the mind, but
I like some guys use the stove to do powder coating.
Oh yeah, you need to let you know what the problem with that is, that the heat regulation, the temperature variance is way too wide.
Yeah,
span is way too wide. My friend took an electric oven and he put a PLC controller on it, so now it only swings within a degree. But he's nuts that way.
You want to talk? When I was younger, and we were doing putting a rear end in the old Mustang in the middle of winter. And I had the bright idea of zapping the 90 weight in the microwave to heat it up so that I could pour it in. Of course, it's bad enough you're like playing hooky from the day, so everybody's at work. You're playing hooky. You're trying to get the car back on the road without anybody knowing because you tossed the rear end all over the place.
Right.
And you're outside. It's like, this is back when winter was winter, and it's like, minus whatever. And you can't get the 90 weight out of the bottle. Oh yeah, throw it in the microwave. Zap that, man. That house smell. Middle of winter, man. We got all the windows open.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, trying to air the house out. My dad comes home wondering why it's like 49 degrees in the fucking house, and got the heat turned up because now you got, you old man winters in the house, and he goes to heat up something and wonders why the microwave smells like, a rear end.
Yeah. The first time I did, I think I was changing a 4-speed out in the yard, had the car on the lawn, and of course the 90-weight drips on the grass, and I rolled my head in it,
Yeah.
all over my clothes on my back, and I just threw the clothes in the laundry. My mother next thing is like, "What the hell did you put in that hamper?" I'm like, "Oh, just my clothes." She goes, "My God, it stinks." She was in the bed. It was a ring in the bathtub, the whole 9 yards. Like, yeah, it's called 90 weight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I figured I didn't have a girlfriend in high school, because I smelled like 90 weight the whole fucking time.
Right.
When I worked at the truck garage,
Huh?
one of my least favorite things was when they'd come in the middle of the winter for an oil change, and they wanted a gallon of Lucas put in their truck.
Oh yeah, I tell you, I had, like I said, I wore 90 weight, man. That was, tell you, I can't believe how much 90 weight I rolled around in.
New 90 weight isn't too bad. It's the old used black 90 weight. That's the real terrible.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
I know. But and like I said, no matter what you did, that stuff was everywhere. Those were good old days.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I can't, like I said, and like you said, Ray, you get one drop someplace, and it was just like everywhere.
Yeah.
And my old man would just get pissed off because, like I said, you'd have on the bottom of your shoe. You walk through the house, and
Oh yeah. So speaking of oils, I got a guy. I'm going to line him up for this show because I got him lined up for the radio show in 2 weeks. Just like John Day, and of course I want to talk to John Day about this. The guy's a tribologist, which means he studies the science of lubrication and lubricity and things like that. He's got a YouTube channel. He's very good, and he has a way of encapsulating the scientific end of it and the chemistry into a way that regular people can understand. So I got him booked for the 18th, and I'll pitch him on for this show and see if we can get him on. We'll talk.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I can get John Day on too, because I want to see what oils he recommends for the bus.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna change all the fluids.
I gotta see.
I noticed something
good ones.
on. Again, I'm prepping the 30 for the run up to Tulsa, and I had Sherry get me a jug of VR1 so we could be changing the oil. And what it says on here now, it used to say rich in zinc or high in zinc or something like that. What it says now is 2 times more zinc for extreme wear protection.
yeah.
Well, 2 times 0 is still 0, people.
Yeah, 2 times more than what?
Right.
Right. Where it used to have the big zinc label on the side of the bottle.
Yeah. That's the beauty with what this guy does on his channels. He'll take the oil and then everything gets sent out. Even the brand new oil gets sent out as for sample, and he gets the printed chemical analysis, and he can break down all of the different components. So yeah, but and he's mentioned that on his channel how they sometimes they fool around with the nomenclature that's not always clear. Like
your on the shelf available synthetic oils, how the process through which they're made is synthetic, and that lets them put synthetic on the bottle, but true synthetic oils are actually pretty rare. Last time I checked, only Redline and AMSOIL actually have true synthetic offerings.
Good point. Yeah.
Yep.
And I still need a definition, because even something synthetic comes from somewhere. So it's still petroleum of some kind from something.
Paul, I think if you go on their website, you may find some information on the oil's website. This guy actually discussed that, and he gets into the base crude, because he just did a video with 2 oils. It was let me think, was it Castrol? Not Castrol, I'm sorry, it was Quaker State and Valvoline, And he says now they're owned by the same company. They own the same. They both own both companies, and they both are making the same claim. But he looked at the chemical analysis and saw a difference and said, well, why? And you're thinking that it would make you think one oil was worse than the other because it had a high, the chemical distribution was different. But he says, no, the one oil was actually made with the purer, better crude. So it didn't need any other chemicals put in to balance it, where the other oil that they're using as their second line needed the extra stuff put in there. So again, he knows how to decipher all of that. So
that's why for years and years I've used heavy duty truck oil, because it's naturally high in zinc. It's got additives in it to help it resist heat more. It's got more detergents in it and all that stuff. So
you use that in all your cars and everything?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All my customers' cars, all my vehicles, everything.
Yeah. I mean, you won't have a problem. The only time you have a problem, though, is on some of the newer stuff, the passageways. It depends. Like I said, variable cam. We had that problem with the Boxers when it came out.
Well,
you get a super cold day, and somebody running 2050 in it, the car wouldn't start. It would open all the valves up.
That's why, like the oil, the Dexos-rated oil, that's a whole nother. They just changed that designation again too. But yeah, now you're looking at 020, 016.
Yeah, Toyota.
Yeah,
man, that 016 is.
Yeah,
for the modern vehicles, definitely go with manufacturer spec.
Now, my BMW motorcycle is fuel injected, and it does have a variable cam timing solenoid in it, and that bike takes 2050.
Wow.
I don't know how the hell they did it, and that's what they spec'd.
It's got 3/8 oil passageways.
So I use 2050 synthetic, because
instead of this 1/8 or whatever size, it's got 3/16. I mean, it's got
just bigger. Yeah,
it's got a big old hole down there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was we had that problem, like I said, when the Boxers came out, and the new 911 was like the Boxster. When they came out, and the guys that had the older 911s, when they got the newer version, they were used to running 2050. And like I said, when it got super cold out, the cam timing, the various cam timing would spring open, crack the valves. It would just open the valves up a little bit, so you had no compression.
Yeah.
And you'd crank it over, and sometimes it would finally catch, once the oil got moving around, or if it was really, really cold, that was it, dude. You flooded the plug, the plugs got, the plugs got fouled, and the rings got washed out. And the first one that came in like that, we were all like, oh my God, we got to tear this motor apart. We're almost getting ready to tear this motor apart. And somebody said, what weight oil are you running? And I looked in the bonnet up front there, and 2050, drained the oil out, changed it over, changed the plugs, thing fired up, and it was like, holy crap.
Now that's a good case for a guy to run an engine block heater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep that oil warm.
Yeah, we used to. What would happen, especially like if a car sat in a parking garage, like down buried in the parking garage, when that concrete got cold, and like even if the outside temperature was in the low 60s, high 50s, but the block was so cold that it wouldn't pick, the sensor, it wouldn't pick up, and it would flood them out sometimes. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because, and by the time the guy towed it to the dealership, we'd go out there and the car start right up and say, I don't know what your problem was, dude, So some of that stuff is sensitive. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not to drive you crazy.
Well, listen to this. My daughter, she has that Mazda CRX or C something 5. I don't know what it is.
CX5, yeah.
Yeah, CX5. So I go to pick it up from the mechanic, and he did axle, tie rods. You know, he did the whole whole thing. So I go to take off.
She run over a curb or something?
No, man. I think she'd be Baja or something, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, axles, tie rods. Listen, I work on these things. It kind of all starts lining up after a while. You see all the same damage patterns. You know, backing plates.
My wife asked her. She said, "You're a little rough on cars," and she goes, "How can you be rough on a car?"
There's your answer right there.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, so I go to pick up the car, right? So I hear a clunk. I'm like, oh man, what's going on? So I go to take off. It's not shifting. I'm like, man, something's wrong. So I turn around and go back. And he had just told me that the battery is shot, won't hold a charge. So he jumps it, and it didn't have enough juice to let it run right. It felt like the transmission was slipping. And
oh, yeah.
as soon as the battery charged up, it started running smooth. I was like, oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
gotta have modern cars get real screwy with weird voltage.
Yeah.
So why didn't you put a battery in it?
I had a battery here. I knew I had to jump it when I took it. So I was like, oh, when it gets back, I'll put the new battery in. You know, not thinking that it was going to cause any kind of problems, but it sure did.
I just had a supercharged Jeep towed here. And it was the guy said, "Oh, I can't get it to start unless I put jumper cables on the engine block." And I said, "Okay." So the first thing I check is the engine block ground, and it was completely loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. The block ground. Yeah. Well, part of a bad ground, don't you understand? So the Rust King is with us.
Yep.
Up in the corner, Terry. Yeah,
the Tiki King.
Tiki King.
Yeah.
Tiki God.
The Tiki Rust King.
Yep.
How's everyone doing?
What's happened, Terry?
Oh, same old. Just tired.
You just came in.
Well, you're busy, man. You got a lot going on. That's you got a lot happening.
Well,
Give you credit.
More to come too.
Not to mention the karaoke career.
You see that, right?
I saw that. I want to hear that high note again.
No. There's gonna be more. I think I'm gonna do it every week. Every time I go out there, some abstract '70s rock song that I really love. Man, I love that song.
Yeah, you were good.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Tyler to come in as background singer, but
I cued him. I was like, "Take it, Tyler," and he was just like,
No.
Nope.
Listen, I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket.
I couldn't carry it with a handle, but you sing like no one's listening.
Yeah.
sour.
Yeah, and then you guarantee that nobody will the next time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
No, I only
no one does.
Terry, I only sing on grocery store runs.
Oh, really?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, he caught me singing Christmas carols the one day he was here.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. It was festive, so I really didn't get into him. Look at Jimmy with his cat.
That's one.
What my animals are.
The cat's been flashing inappropriate body parts on screen.
What do you want?
There he is. Look at that.
I've been known for that.
You see, they make little jewelry, it's like a bracelet with a hangy downy like little plaque, and it's designed to go around the base of your cat's tail so that it hangs there and covers their back door.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They are quick to show it.
Hey Terry. Oh yeah, for sure. It's their favorite thing. Are you going to be out here the 22nd through the 24th? 2 weeks from now? Or
this
not till
week I got
the
to
following?
Washington. The following week I'm taking the family somewhere. But the next weekend, yeah. The next yeah.
Yeah, so the snowboarding trip is the weekend of the 24th?
Right.
Okay. So you'll be here like the first weekend.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you exactly. Hold on a second. I'll tell you exactly what it is. That's this weekend.
Because I'm trying to line up some stuff to go on around your car. So
What are you talking about, Willis?
no, don't you worry about it. I just need to know when you're gonna be here.
Woo!
We'll discuss this. We'll discuss this offline. I don't know.
All right. Coach, you got a webcam.
Pray tell, don't tell me it's cold in Arizona.
Yes, it is.
Get out of here.
Good.
Was it like 85?
Yes, it was.
And you got an actual webcam?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I set up a regular desktop. My other stuff's been on laptop. Are you guys getting reverb back, like echo back?
No,
I'm
you're
not.
good.
No, you sound good.
All right, because I can't get these to work. I don't know why.
Yeah, the built-in reverb killer is pretty good.
That's awesome.
As long as you don't have a weird delay thing between your speaker and microphone.
Cool.
The weather at Coach's place is coming our way, Ray. They're talking about a big snowstorm on the presidential weekend.
You know, my wife said something about that, and now
We always get snow on that weekend.
I was going to say, how often does the Mid-Atlantic get a President's Day snowstorm? It's
quite
like-
a bit, but we got
Better-
one coming.
Here and come out ahead.
My
I
man.
got my cup.
I know we're talking about what days were they talking about?
18th, 19th.
18th, because my daughter's coming up from North Carolina. Oh yeah, next week I'm not going to be here because I got to pick her up at the airport like now. I think she's coming in at 10:24 or something, so I got to be at the airport early next week.
You gotta,
So that's-
you gotta tell her to get a parachute, jump.
All right, but wait, that's the next weekend is the 11th.
Yeah,
Sunday's
they're
the
talking
11th.
about the holiday weekend. We're supposed to get hit. Winter, don't get used to this weather we have.
She's coming the weekend after. What am I saying?
Will hit us too.
How hard?
They're just talking about we're supposed to get some snow.
Yep.
That's kind of what I heard, but then no, the weather guys aren't elaborating. They're not going that far
Yeah,
out. So
but they're just everybody's excited. Down my way, all you gotta do is mention that S word, and they're ready to
Shut down.
We got an extra. I mean, my buddy at the grocery store has an extra load of toilet paper coming and everything. We'll be safe. Don't worry.
Yep. Listen, you know what my favorite part about global warming is? I haven't had to buy snow tires in like 6 years.
Yeah.
yeah, I traded my snow tires for a laptop.
Yeah.
So,
Well, plus I sold the car that they fit. So
yeah, they started that crap the other day. I mean, actually, this morning on the radio, they started talking, and I was like, "Dude, I'm turning this shit off." We're 2 weeks out, and they're already. I mean, what did the Simpsons, have something because we predict everything while watching the Simpsons. So,
right.
did they go ahead and tell us we're gonna have a snowstorm? I don't know, dude. So,
But they've been
Yeah.
surprisingly
The
correct.
Simpsons writers are from the future.
that's right.
They've been
Exactly.
surprisingly correct,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
So I don't know what the dealio is, but just get ready. And now, Coach has already because if it's cold there, we got a couple. By the time we get it, we'll have it. So,
I don't know,
Yep.
it's been
Unless
pretty
it goes the
warm.
other way.
That's telling it like it is.
yep, whatever's
Okay.
on that side of the coast eventually comes to this side. So
Yeah, it
As
started
long as
raining.
those
We had a game.
mudslides- as long as those
we had a
mudslides
game
stay in
today.
California.
We had a game today, and it started. They started it a half hour early to beat the weather because it started raining towards the end of the game.
Oh,
That sucks. Yeah.
But yeah, I was bundled up because it was supposed to be rainy, and they said icy rain and wind. And I can deal with the rain. I can deal with snow. I just don't like the wind. The wind cuts right through you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what us Midwesterners always say. It wouldn't be so bad except for the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we get the nor'easters over here, and they wreak havoc like hell on this place.
Did you see? There's some place in Nova Scotia got like 6.5, 7 feet of snow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, the someone shared a video on my Facebook feed. It was a farmer. He dug a tunnel through the snow to get out to his barn to feed his animals instead of trying to shovel a path.
Wow.
All the more reason to move to Texas.
Right. I got a buddy who lives up
Listen.
in Canada.
Didn't you have snow a week ago, Paul?
Not a week ago. It was a few weeks back. We had a little ice, but it didn't last long.
When I'm living on the bus full time, I'm going to be visiting you in the winter, Paul.
Yeah, me too.
Come on down. Tell you guys what. Within I'd say the next 6 months, I have RV hookup out there so you can plug in.
Nice.
Nice.
Mainly so I can have my welder next to the door. So, you know,
That'll work.
Damn right.
I'll tell you, I'm going everywhere where the sun is shining. I'm not playing around this cold weather no more. For the
Wait,
bird.
Don't blame you.
it's thinking about coming and visiting me when the sun doesn't shine. In what, like another 3 months, we're supposed to be in the eclipse thing. My front yard.
Oh, yeah, April.
I'm in that path of total darkness. They got all kinds of people around here renting out spots for campers to come in.
Yeah.
They're expecting hundreds of thousands of people in Northeast Texas in the spring to watch the eclipse. I'm like, okay, guys, come on. Bring your money.
You need to get on that bandwagon.
Bring your money with you.
That's it.
Oh, here, let me show you what I did do, guys. Let me go grab one out of the car.
You testing that battery still?
Hey, the light's been on a while, huh?
I thought so too. He's got a light in front of the truck, I think, that's shining on the lights.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
I thought the same thing. I thought those lights. I said those lights can't be that bright for that long. Thing's still 6-volt, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. A fucking glowworm going down the
I
road.
wouldn't be surprised if it was.
He's got his no, he's got a modern motor in that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
my
think
old
that's what it's
boss, he had a
still have
66
6-volt
Beetle.
electric.
My old boss had a 66 Beetle, and we had a 912 motor in it, but it was still 6-volt, and it looked like a little glowworm going down the road. The headlights, and he'd rev it up, and the lights get brighter. And he got mad when I called it a glowworm.
Yeah, it's like having running a generator.
Yeah.
So when this cup came in the other day, I opened it up, I set it on the counter, and my wife goes, "Oh, you got me a new coffee mug."
No,
Put dibs on it.
So we got the new stickers made up for next week to go up to Tulsa with. But I figured I might as well capitalize on the border situation. I don't mean to bring politics onto your show, but I also had stickers made up that say "Close our border." Isn't that what it says?
Nice.
Yeah, it says "Stand with Texas, close our border."
Yeah, they said they were going to build it themselves. I think.
Yep.
Well,
hey,
all that
states
I'd sell
states
stickers.
always claim sovereignty where they can overrule the federal government because that's the basic definition of of a democracy. So hey, why should that be a bad thing? State wants to do that and build a wall on their border. Go ahead.
Personally, I think Texas should go ahead and put that GoFundMe page up and see how much money they collect for doing it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet a lot of people from Chicago and New York would fund it.
Yeah, I'm sure a couple of states like here and Ray and all that stuff because I tell you, man, today. I mean, every week, every month, it gets unbelievable how many people are just hanging around here now.
Really?
Oh, it's unbelievable. And you walk down the alley, like I have a few shops that are in the alleyways. You walk down and there's just nothing about You want to talk about there's shit in the alleys. I mean, these people are just taking a shit in the alleys, dude. It's like the stuff that they show down there in San Diego or California or whatever, dude. It's everywhere. You walk out. I got shop owners. They walk out the back door, and there's crap all over the place.
Oh.
People shitting all over the place, dude. People sleeping and breaking into the people's cars and sleeping in them.
You see a shop owner, if I was a shop owner, I'd set up a sensor so if someone was back there, a sprinkler would come on. Like ice cold water. You know, freeze their ass.
Man.
Hey,
Crack you had $100 to stand on the rooftop with an AK-47 and just start spraying.
Well, that's a little more
That's a
extreme,
communist weapon there, sir.
Yeah, that's not very
Back.
American. That's not American over there. At least use a Henry repeater.
Tommy gun.
Yeah,
It's made in America. Come on, man.
Or a Mini 14.
Yeah, if you can find them.
hey, does anybody have an iPhone 15 Max? Pro Max? I ordered a case for my new phone, and I ordered the wrong case. And it has.
I can't see it.
Your green screen is
Your
cutting
green
that out.
screen took it out. I don't know what my phone is. I destroyed my case already, dude. I tell you, man.
Well, I was going to gift it to somebody because it won't fit my phone. What did I do? But it's a pretty nice case though, so I got to order a new one. Came in today. I'm looking for a different company, man, because this company, the shipping is too high. Thanks, shipping is almost much as the piece.
Oh wow!
Well, that's everywhere.
Who'd you go
dude.
through?
Printful.
Okay.
It's all ridiculous.
I've seen people do pretty well with like Vistaprint.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys know if we switch over. Well, it'll be on the website.
I've been trying to get a local place to let me do that kind of stuff, you know, but I don't want to manage it. I just want them to you know, take orders and stuff. No, none of these small places want to do that stuff.
No, it's a lot of work if you think about it.
Yeah.
This company here, you know, I don't do anything, and they put my logo on the package and then on the receipt, and ship it out. You know, only thing I know is it pops up in my accounts and you got cash.
Yeah.
You know, it takes me about a couple, you know, an hour to put all the logos in, you know, to set it up, you know, set the piece up. So I'll put in, you know, the logo or whatever the design is, and you know, it takes a little bit of time, but once that's done, it's a wrap. But the shipping's too high. What'd you think, Isaac?
Yeah, I'd have to look at what the shipping was. It was pretty expensive, but I'm still waiting too because I ordered a hat and a shirt, and I ordered it together, but it looks like the hat hasn't shipped yet, and the shirt shipped. I was hoping it'd be in today, but it looks like it's probably not going to be until either Saturday or Monday.
Well, the hat's probably embroidered.
Yeah.
It's embroidered, so it takes a little bit longer.
That's what I figured. I figured they were printing with the hat printing with the shirt and then embroidering the hat. So
right.
I think you should have ordered the long johns too.
Yeah. Well,
because you're in Arizona, so of course.
Yeah. Well, you never know when you need them.
Terry, what phone?
More so than anything, that's to stop that wind.
Well, yeah.
14.
Oh, it's 14. Is it the big 14 or the little 14?
That's the little one. I wish I bought the big 14.
Yeah.
What's the difference in the size?
Oh, about a quarter of an inch all the way around.
Yeah.
Look, so I got the 15, and it fits inside. And I still got a quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. They're a little bit wider and quite a bit taller.
Yeah.
And why, it's got a bigger brain?
At $300 more.
Oh yeah, of course.
No, it's almost all screen size. That's the only thing you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in the past. I got the 10.
Oh man, what do you see the camera on the new ones?
Yeah. The only thing, we have a special thing at work, how we sign in and we get a code through the phone. And we were talking about upgrading over Christmas break. And I said, I got to wait because I won't be able to get into any of my stuff. Because I guess, and luckily I found out right before Christmas break, one of the tech people came in and they said, no, when you do that, you gotta call this guy and he's got to walk you through a few things, and they got to reset it has to do with the security.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, yeah, you'll be locked out of you won't be able to do anything at work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough. What will I ever do?
Yeah, exactly.
No, what
My
it means
brother
you won't
worked
be able
for
to
a
watch
place.
what it means is you won't be able to watch YouTube videos in detention, and you're like, no, man, fix my phone, damn it.
Actually, if I watch any of that, I do it on my phone.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
My brother worked for a place some years ago, and they did a lot of government contracts and stuff. And this was right when camera phones were first becoming real popular. And every time he walked in and checked in the morning, they had to put tamper-proof stickers over all of his, cameras and everything. Laptop, doesn't matter.
I'm surprised they even let him in.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they even let the camera, because that's, like I said, some places don't even let you bring in anything.
Yeah.
You can't even bring in your phone.
All right, guys, time for me to bail.
All right, Jim.
All right,
Thanks
Jim.
for hanging
All
with
right,
us.
Jim.
Take care, guys.
See ya.
So, fellas, I got security on the bus.
Okay.
Woohoo.
Got alarm. I put my alarm system in, and she's up and running.
Nice.
I was going to try and get a
Glock?
hold of Simply Safe and see if they will do anything for a mobile installation.
Well, I've seen a couple of people use them, and it's the same system. It'll work the same way. I
Yeah.
use the ring camera or ring alarm. Then I put the ring camera on the door, so I got a doorbell camera and the whole
I was
ring.
just thinking because Simply Safe does a lot with YouTube promoters.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Fellas, I gotta go and
Did you
put the
get
boy
the?
to bed.
All right,
All right,
Terry.
homie.
Take care,
You
Terry.
leaving?
Okay, Terry.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, later.
Be
All right.
safe.
Yeah,
Look
call
what
me
I-
in a bit,
look-
Terry.
Look what I
Yep,
got
yep.
today.
Ooh,
Ooh, what's that?
car in the box.
It's a javelin,
Oh yeah.
Javelin,
Nice.
nice.
and it's set up like a street freak.
Yeah, that's cool. Man, what series is that, Brian? Because that's something
This
I'm.
is through the Hot Wheels Club. This is a 71 AMC Javelin AMX, and it's set up like a street freak.
I
It's
love
got
Street Freaks are my favorite variety of cars.
but look at it's like antifreeze green with
Yeah.
brown and striped.
What do you got to do to be in that club?
Just join and pay $30 a year.
Oh, $30 a year. Wow. Okay.
They send you one a month.
Well, you could buy them. I mean, this was $25,
Wow.
and this one was
Big time Hot
this
Wheels.
one was numbered. Actually, this one was they only made 30,000. That's the only problem. A lot of guys in the club now are all upset because they used to make like 5,000 of a car. That's like, and of course, everybody started crying and bitching, and my vagina got sand in it, and
Well,
then they
that's
had to
something
start
cry
making
about.
more and more. Huh?
That's something to cry about. Come on.
I know it's tough and it's really itchy, and I understand that it hurts, but people started bitching, so then they started making 10,000, 25, and now they're up to 30,000, and people still bitch. So
I mean, for collectability, now you're just watering down the herd.
Yeah.
but the crazy part about it, people still, some of them, even if they're, now this one, I think if you still go online, if you go online to the club, I think this is still available. This isn't, I mean, this style, only us old guys like the style. Everybody likes that Japanese shit. I mean,
No.
that Japanese crap sells out in a heartbeat, and they want $1 million for, secondhand on the secondhand market on it. But
I know I'm still looking for a Nissan Sylvia S14, the 240SX, the S14.
Oh yeah.
I'm still looking for one of those.
Brian, do you have a database of all your cars?
Right here.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got a couple of cars today.
Yeah. Actually, I got. And then I picked up the Transporter. See, it was the Porsche Transporter, and it came with the off-road 959.
Sweet.
See, and the back opens up. I don't know if I can get it open. This is supposed to open up, and then the car fits in it.
Nice.
And you can carry, but the Transporter. Yeah, I got kind of lucky today. I found a C. I got to open a C case up and a Q case from last year. There was nothing really in it, but I got a few pieces. It's been kind of dry here for a while. It's usually like that after Christmas.
Yeah.
You got that's hey, let me come a little closer.
Second gen Camaro, right?
Yeah. Does that have?
Your camera sucks, Isaac.
Yeah. God.
You want to focus close.
Hey, he just bought that, guys.
Look. No. Look
Cut the man
underneath.
some slack.
Tilt that thing a little bit. Look on the back of the package. Is there a flame on that? On the package? No. I look like you had rubber wheels on that. No.
No, it doesn't have the rubber wheels.
Okay.
It's the 81.
That one was also a super treasure hunt car. If it had the Spectre Flame paint, but no. It's a little blurred. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
How much would it have been worth if it was?
$100.
Yeah.
Roughly.
No, I'm gonna go back to the store and bitch they gave me the wrong one.
Yeah, good luck.
And I got that one.
Oh yeah, I did get.
Oh, what's that?
And I got my.
That's Matt and Debbie Hayes.
Oh yeah, that's the
88 Pro Street Thunderbird.
Pro Street car. Yeah, that's the second release. The pink one's the hard one to find.
Yeah.
The pink one's hard. But I also got my Moon Eye set.
Ah, nice. What is okay? We got a 32 Ford. We got a Mustang. Got a Pilot.
I really bought it for the ambulance.
The ambulance.
Oh yeah, that ambulance. Cool.
What is that? A caddy ambulance?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Is that Matchbox?
Yeah, it's a Matchbox set.
Yeah.
This was their Coffee Cruiser 5 set, right? And I thought it was funny that it had an ambulance. It had a Ford F-100 panel van, the Moon Eyes 32 Ford,
I like
and
that.
the 65 Mustang, and then to top it off, it was the SRT Chrysler.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
That's cool.
But I was like, 4 out of the 5 I really like, so I bought it. Well, I really wanted the Moon Eye, the ambulance and the Moon Eyes.
Yeah.
Ambulance ones are pretty rare because anything big casting, there's not a lot of them because of the cost. So usually, for collectability wise, if you find a big, especially, you got to watch it though, because now they're incorporating plastic parts along with the metal to try to cut down, so you don't have some of the weight and the cost.
I'm surprised it took him this long.
Isaac,
Yeah,
what was the
actually,
last one you showed?
Huh?
Isaac, he showed a car. What was the last one you showed?
Oh, it's a Nissan Patrol.
Yep. That's a nice. I didn't bring the ones in from the
I like
house.
those. I like those because those are like the real ones are rare here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
They didn't really compete well, I guess, with the Jeep and the Toyota FJ in the United States. So, but they continued building them and selling them to like Saudi Arabia, Australia,
Oh, really?
and around Asia. Yeah.
and the Eclipse and Evos. This was another one I got.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this
That
on
one's Hot
this
Wheels,
set
right?
it had
Yeah.
the BMW race car scheme and the Holdens.
Yeah, I'd love to get the Holdens.
Yeah. 73 and a 77.
I'm always a fan of Holden and Holden based cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Does that one have the drag? Does that have the wheelie bars on the back?
in the
Yeah.
American?
Yep.
Yeah,
What'd
and the
you say,
Super
Paul?
Duty logo on the side.
Yeah.
What was that, Paul?
What's the difference between the Holden LS platform and the American LS platform? Are they any different?
One spins backwards and one spins the other way. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the toilet. Never mind.
So the LS motors that they used were all built here and shipped over. So engine wise, they're identical. The newer generation Holden platforms, they all borrowed from the Zeta platform suspension setup. So the same as the 5th gen Camaro.
Okay. So what makes the Holden so special down under that's not here? If it's all of our stuff.
Well,
They stayed rear wheel drive.
well, the market down there is totally different. So they still had every major product line still had rear wheel drive vehicles in it. All mid-sized compact cars, everything. They never went to front wheel drive in Australia. So right up until Holden closed its doors in like 2018, while the brand still exists, their domestic manufacturing closed its doors. So Australia no longer has any domestically manufactured cars. They're 100% imports now.
Oh.
That the same.
But
with
like
the
there's a Ford platform over there that's not sold anywhere else in the world. It's the Falcon. It was a mid-size car, rear-wheel drive still, available in
that was Mad Max
V8 as well as the Barra motor. So
Yeah, the inline six.
That was the Mad Max car, the police car, the Interceptor was a Falcon.
There was a Falcon. I think it was a GT or something like that. It was early 90s, and the front looked like a Fox body Mustang. To me, it looked like a four-door Fox body Mustang. It's a hot looking car.
See, I remember seeing a bunch of, they called them Utes, but I understand that that's just like, saying Kleenex for a generic term. They were like the front half's some Mustangs, Fox body Mustangs, and the back half was like a Ranger pickup truck.
Yeah.
So they don't in Australia. They don't sell like full-size pickup trucks like we have here. You go straight from car trucks, right? So like an El Camino, straight into like heavy duty and medium duty work trucks and box trucks and stuff. They don't have a pickup truck market over there at all. So the right up until manufacturing stopped in Australia, a car truck like an El Camino or Ranchero or whatever, they were still real popular. For example, the Holden one, the model name is Maloo.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if this makes it any better.
No.
Oh, come on. There it goes.
Yeah.
That's the one that kind of looks like a Fox body in the front.
So that's a Ford.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yeah, look, that's the one I was talking about. It looks kind of like the front fascia, the headlights. It looks kind of like a Fox body Mustang. That's a hot looking car.
Yeah, kind of.
It is.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not huge into Fords, but that's one I wouldn't mind a Mustang. There's Fords I wouldn't turn down, and that's one if I could get my hands on, I'd love to have.
Yep. So I think the big allure with the Holdens is over the last 6 or 7, well, really all the way back to like 2005 ish. Any of GM's good rear wheel drive designs, other barring the Corvette, basically, have all borrowed from a Holden design of one type or another. The Zeta platform was designed in Australia for Holden cars and then borrowed for the 5th gen Camaro. And I believe the 2nd and 3rd gen CTSV might be Zeta based. I can't remember.
Yes, it is.
And then GM, of course, since we can't make cool rear wheel drive sedans anymore in North America, they brought over the Holden designed cars and just gave them a facelift. So the G8 is a Commodore. The SS, the Chevy SS, that's a Commodore VF. So it's the next generation of the same car. And then the Caprice that got sold as police and taxi cars here, that's actually a Statesman. So it's the same as a Commodore, but it's the limousine version. It's the luxury car. So it's the same width, but it's 13 inches longer, 4 inches longer wheelbase, 9 inches longer in the trunk.
And available with a standard shift transmission down under, not available in America.
Correct. So all of the Holdens got a lot more options over in Australia, a lot more colors, kind of like Mopar did all through the 60s and 70s, where you could get wild, outrageous colors. That never died in Australia. So all the Holden colors over there, you get all kinds of, you could get, brilliant neon greens and purples and all kinds of stuff. That just what, and when they brought them to North America, they brought them over in North American colors. So very, very plain. Like the G8s, they only came in like 6 colors, 7 colors. And they're big into matching interiors as well. So we got a little glimpse of that with the GTO when they brought it over, because like you could get the yellow gauges with the yellow car, for example, or you could get the all red leather interior with black, silver, a couple different color combos. And then if you ordered a blue car, you could get blue leather with blue gauges and stuff like that. Or a black car, you could get the blue leather, blue gauges. And then in 2004 only, they brought over a Cosmos purple car, and it had all purple leather and suede inside with purple gauges and stuff. And that's that kind of color combo stuff. You just don't see that in the North American market very much.
Well, it's hard to get a cow that color.
Right.
Exactly.
And the
Yeah.
GTO was built. The GTO was built on the Monaro platform, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So the Monaro, the Maloo, and the Commodore are all the same size chassis of car. The Monaro is the 2-door, the Commodore is the 4-door, and the Maloo is the Ute. And then you could get the Commodore in a wagon as well. So they offered all 4 flavors of basically the same platform.
Right.
The big thing that really tanked the GTOs was in North America, outside of premium luxury brands, we really got used to like vinyl seats. And when the GTO came over, it was priced kind of below that level of car, and all of those seats are pure kangaroo leather. So people didn't take care of them. They thought they treated them like vinyl seats. And so you see a lot of shrinkage and stitches pulling and stuff like that.
How do you treat a kangaroo seat as opposed to regular leather?
It's the same.
Same way, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't condition the leather and keep it moisturized and all that stuff, it will shrink up. And that's why almost every GTO you see that was parked outside very much, along the back seat on the top, all the stitches are ripped and pulling out because the sun comes through the back window and really dried out the top of the back seat.
Right.
You can't even really have it restitched because the leather has shrunk.
Yeah.
You have to have them recovered.
What's up, guys? I heard you talking Holden, so I thought I'd join in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew KG had to hop on with
Battery
Holden
sure.
and thrown around.
Sure, he didn't want to talk to us if we weren't talking about something.
All right, Paul, take it easy.
Good night,
No,
Paul.
I got a new phone. I got a new phone, and I've been playing with it, trying to set it up. But
Is it an iPhone 15 Max?
no, it's not. No, a Samsung S24 Plus. I'm an Android guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're one of
good man.
those. You're one of those guys.
Yeah, I know.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know. I used to
Yeah,
be
we
one of
don't-
those guys until the wife came home with my phone, and that was it.
I picked my phone. My wife did, so that's why I got what I wanted.
Well, I accidentally made a comment because they would all get, they're all linked together, and I said something because I missed something because I wasn't joined in on the party,
Yeah.
and now I said something, and now I'm involved.
And now you wish you weren't.
No, I love it.
Yeah, drinking the Kool-Aid.
You sound convincing,
He
Brian.
likes
Let me
paying
tell you.
3 times as much for his charging accessories and all that stuff.
No, I just borrow
His
everybody
wife knowing
else.
where he is every minute of the day.
Yeah.
I know that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So how many Holdens are you up to now, KG?
No, I only have two.
Just the 2?
I only have the black 2008, and then the 2009 Firehawk.
Yeah.
But
Those
the,
Firehawks, they didn't get numbered plaques, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
dash. Yeah, it's on the dash, and then there's a little sticker by the drivers when you open a door on the side of the pillar.
Which is the
And
Firehawk?
it's signed.
Firehawk
The
is an SLP package.
Yeah,
For
The G8.
for the G8.
oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee. Hold on, guys.
All right.
All right, one
We're
more
thinking-
jump tip. 5
Brian's
o'clock,
taking
come
us
quick.
with him.
All right, see you,
Okay.
Lewis.
Take
See you,
care,
Lewis.
Lewis.
Thanks, man.
All right,
I
see you
will,
guys.
I will like I said, I will be in next week, so I'll be at the airport.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate it.
So, yeah. You'll forget by then, but it's okay. I'll remind you.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Get it.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my Tyler, my 2009 has not even 30,000 miles on it, and the headliner's falling, and it stays inside. Like, oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, and so what happens is
That's the good
it's
one.
actually not the adhesive that fails, it's the foam. The foam
Yeah, the foam
backing they
breaks
put
down.
on the fabric. It breaks down and separates. Yeah.
Separate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the wrong hemisphere. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. He used the wrong glue.
Because see, if it was in Australia, it would be upside down, and the weight of the
it
fabric
would-
would push it up.
and it would stay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You would think that I understand the whole thing with the leather, but you would think like with the foam breaking down, I mean with their weather, I mean it's pretty hot there. Probably not dry, but it's pretty hot there.
I don't know. Like I'm in a bunch of Australian Holden owners groups and stuff, and I don't ever really see them talking about headliner issues. So maybe the export ones got different fabrics or something, and they had the foam issue. I don't know.
Maybe it was kangaroo glue.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
who knows?
know. I
No,
know
they made
my
the cars over
cousins
there.
live in Perth, and once in a while